not coming to bed.
Hey, Julia, come on in. Hey.
How are you?
Hey.
Hey, Bee.
How you doing? Come on in. So the reason we decided to move is because we wanted to buy a bigger property. And in order to do that, we were moving from a semi-detached and we wanted a detached home. So we also wanted to move in a smaller town, obviously. In order to do that, we had to move a little bit farther and a little bit more distance than where we currently were in Durham region. And so we ended up buying this property, which is a 4-level back split with a double garage, double driveway, and we were living in a semi, which was really honestly beautiful. However, you know, we were able to maximize what we were selling and get what we were buying. And we actually got more in this property than we had in our other property, which was amazing. So the reason I decided to work with New Street Realty and Julia is because when we were looking for a property almost 2 years ago now, we saw a property on MLS and I sent a message, and I'm going to tell you within 5 minutes, we received a message on an email and a call from Julia. And she was upbeat, she was eager, she wanted to talk to us. What other good reason is there to work with New Street Realty than this? I wanted to sell the property in Durham as quickly as possible. And, you know, I really didn't want to do new floors. Let's be transparent. And Julia said to my husband and I that this is something that we should do, and we will get top dollar for our home if we put in the extra little work. The house is already beautiful to begin with, but you know, Julia kind of pushed us to do that. And you know, I have to be honest, I did it kicking and screaming, but at the end of the day, we got what we wanted for the house. So Julia was right. So in buying this house, which is our dream home actually, and it is our forever home, I saw this property on MLS and I wasn't going to go see it, and because I thought it was a little too far for where we wanted to go, and that's the truth. And we were seeing other homes close to the area, and then Julia said, how about this house? And I'm like, okay. And I was just doing it to appease her. However, when I walked up the driveway and then walked up to the walkway, I saw the front door, and the front door, interestingly enough, was the same door that we chose for our old home. And I walked into the house and I said, this is home. And I wasn't even through the living room in this area where we're taping right now when I said it. And then I saw the kitchen, and I know the kitchen has to be updated, but I could see past that. And I already knew. And then we walked out to the back here, and there's a nice patio. And I think I said this like 3 times, Julia, this is home. And because she pushed us to see this, this is our forever home that we bought. So my experience working with Julia and the New Street team was this. And I want to roll it back to the Durham house. So when her and Martin came and they took videos of the house and we were walking through it, I looked at the house and thought, wow, like all the work that we did in this house and the things that Julia touched on for us to do was an amazing house that was going to be for someone else. And I was so happy that we had this experience because she pushed us in so many ways, not only in our Durham home, but seeing this house. The experience was phenomenal. I mean, she was always available. She never said no to anything I asked. If I had a question and she didn't know the answer, she went to find the answer and she gave it to me. And to be transparent, she became like family to us. And it was the best experience I've ever had in my life. And we've sold 4 homes. And, you know, my husband is a bit of a skeptic, let's just say, and he fell in love with Julia. And I have to say that that was enough for me. Anybody who knows, who has a husband who's a little on certain things and, you know, has to see stuff, he was sold on Julia from the minute that he met her. And the experience that we all had as a family, even with my daughter, because, you know, when you have kids, and I mean, she's a teenager, but, you know, really moving is placing your life. okay? And your kids and the things that they were comfortable with, you know? And some of us are really comfortable in change and others are not. And so that was my husband and my daughter. But Julia made the transition really great. And it was the best experience we ever had. And, you know, if you're selling or buying, they're the place to be, because I'm telling you, that video that Martin did was top notch. It was incredible. It was amazing. It portrayed the house exactly as it was. And I think the combination of that with Julia and the team not only sold her house, but sold her house in like 3 days. Like, that's crazy. 3 days. And we got exactly what we wanted for our home. So we were able to buy this property that was bigger. We were able to put money in the bank. And at some point, we're going to buy a cottage. And you know who I'm calling. I'm calling Julia.
Said I'm not coming to bed.
I come home every day and I always say to her, like, and my husband, like, Ara, like, we love this house. This is home. It is so peaceful here. Like, you can't buy that. Like, you just can't. Like, you just can't buy that. Like, that's incredible. And you gave that to us, you know? Because I wasn't going to see this house, Julia. And you pushed me. And look where we are now. Like, I'm so grateful. You have no idea how grateful I am.
That was perfect.
I love that.